Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome to another video that's dedicated to February, aka the month of love. So for this one, I think it's time to talk about something that I have discussed before on my old channel, but it may be unknown to some of you newcomers, and that is this. I'm not the biggest fan of shipping. Do I absolutely hate shipping? No. Do I think it has its benefits? Yes, of course. It can bring people together, get them talking about different ideas and theories, it can help artists create new artistic masterpieces, and it can be fun to discuss. It can also strengthen a bond you have with that person, especially if you happen to like the same ship. But, like all nice things, it has its drawbacks too. Some take it too seriously, some get too carried away talking about them, some make really wacky and nonsensical fan fictions about their favorite ships, and some love ships so much that they just freak the hell out when something happens in the ship that's either good or bad.
Oh my god, they kissed! They actually kissed! Yes, yes! This is the greatest moment of my life!
No, they were perfect for each other. They were meant to be, but the light has ruined it. Why?
Disclaimer, yeah, you kinda get the point. If you're gonna be into shipping, do it in a healthy way, please. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of shipping, but that doesn't mean I don't have my own favorite ships. There are some ships I do support and really like, so much so that I've decided to do a top 5 list of my favorite ones. For this list, I'll be talking about my personal favorite ships that are either canon or non-canon, which means that this is all opinion-based. So if your favorite ship isn't on it, and you wonder why, it's very simple. It's just not on my list. And again, it doesn't matter if it's official or not. As long as it stays in the realms of the shows/movies themselves, it's okay. Which means that ships like the Twilight Sparkle and Spider-Man ship will not be here. I mean, why? Just why? Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. This is my list of my top 5 favorite ships. Number 5. Fluttercord, Fluttershy and Discord from MOP. It was kind of hard to choose between this and the Rarejack ship since both of these ships are pretty popular amongst the fandom, as well as many others. But while I do like Rarejack and think the idea of them being a couple is cute, it's Fluttercord that I like a little bit more. Why? Well, there are some good reasons. 1. They are definitely total opposites. One is a shy but very kind, cute, and animal-loving yellow pony, and the other is the Lord of all Chaos. That's quite the difference. But despite being opposites, they have such great chemistry together. They even had it from the very start. Remember when Discord was getting all of the main 6 to turn into the opposites of themselves back in Season 2 with his little maze game? Well, out of all the ponies he managed to control, Fluttershy was the hardest one to control. In fact, it got so difficult that it forced Discord to cheat at his own game, so he could corrupt Fluttershy faster. I think we should have known right then and there that these two would have a special relationship together. Number 2, it's Fluttershy that helps Discord become a more decent creature and keep calm and Flutter on. And while some either hate or love this episode, you can't deny that Fluttershy was the driving force for Discord to become better. And as the show went on, it was Fluttershy that Discord hung out with and trusted the most. Fluttershy was able to see some good in him, and she really did become Discord's first real friend. And it would lead to some pretty good episodes starring them. So I think that's pretty sweet and adorable. Number 3, another thing that's sweet and adorable is that Discord helps out Fluttershy too in his own way. Even though Fluttershy was a sweet character, she still was very gun-shy in the first few seasons. But as the seasons kept going, she did start to break out of her shell more. She would still retain some of her shy tendencies, of course, but she did become more open, confident, expressive, and creative. And some of those qualities were probably influenced greatly thanks to Discord. And I think the one episode that really made me love this ship was number 4, the episode Discord and Harmony. I love the lengths these two are willing to go for each other. Discord tries to get rid of all his chaotic qualities in order to make the tea party at his house more comfortable for Fluttershy, and to make her happy. Kind of like how Shrek decided to give up his ogre persona in order to become a human and make Fiona happy in Shrek 2. And Fluttershy is willing to brainstorm a lot of outside-the-box ideas to not only make their tea party more special and fun, but to also save Discord's life. Yeah, it turns out that if he doesn't have a chaotic bone in his body, he will fade away and die. Yeah, not the smartest move, buddy. It all culminates in a scene where Fluttershy and Discord have a heart-to-heart talk about how they feel about each other. Discord admits that he was afraid that their differences would put an end to their friendship, but Fluttershy says that she doesn't care about how different they are. In fact, she says that's what she likes the most about Discord.
You've opened me up to so many more possibilities and possibilities. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I like you because you're so different from me.
You do?
Of course I do, silly. Besides, what's Discord without a little chaos?
That is incredibly sweet. Now, while this may not be an official couple in the canon, there have been some signs that they might be more than just best friends. In fact, in my first review back from retirement, which was the MLP finale, I brought up that Fluttershy was wearing a bluebell flower on her head when getting her lunch from Discord in his dimension. And based on some info I've read, bluebell flowers can represent everlasting love. So yeah, even if it's not an official couple, you can't rule it out either. So in conclusion, I really do like this ship a lot. It's adorable, sweet, and I really do love seeing these two together on screen. And yeah, I am a fan of the Bride of Discord and Daughter of Discord miniseries. Those might have helped me see how nice this ship is too. It's a relationship that's definitely chaotic, but it's a good kind of chaotic. Number 4. Luz Amity. Luz and Amity from Owl House. There are definitely some sweet lesbian ships out there, but the one that's starting to get really popular recently is the Luz and Amity ship. I mean, it is everywhere. Fan art, comics, videos, fan fictions, it has just gotten as big as the Korra and Asami and the She-Ra and Katra ships. Now, at the start, I thought it was just okay, and a little cute, but that was what I thought about it before I finally watched the show. And after finally seeing it, I have to say, I love this ship. You guys already got the idea that I loved it in my review of Winged Like Witches, but there is more. Luz is a smart, sweet, creative, driven, and confident human from Earth who wants to become a witch and fit in this new world, the Boiling Isles, since she couldn't fit in back home. Amity is the daughter of a wealthy family in the Boiling Isles who's seen at first to be a snobby bully who cares more about her status than anything else. But after several instances bring these two together, Amity starts to become more nice, open, determined to help others, now stands up for her new friends, and willing to even put herself at risk in order to save the people she cares about, especially Luz. And it's been made clear that Luz is bisexual, Amity is probably either lesbian/pansexual, and Luz is Amity's first crush. I really do love seeing these two interact, and I do like how the relationship between them changes for the better throughout the first season. They go from being rivals to the best of friends, and it seems clear that these two might end up becoming even more than that. That is something I would really like to see in Season 2. I cannot wait for it. It's a really nice ship, and the only reason it's at number 4 is that we haven't gotten enough time with these two being something more yet. But I'm sure we will when we finally get some new episodes soon. It's a ship that's very magical, and I can't wait to see more moments between them in the future.
I could help carry you if it really hurts.
I'm fine. Who's Amity?
And scoop. Oh, wow. Sports.
Number 3. Stevani. Steven and Connie from Steven Universe. There are a lot of ships that people love from this show, like Lapis and Peridot and Pearl and Bismuth, but the one that I personally love the most is Stevani. At the start, one was a boy who was half human and half gem, and the other was a shy bookworm who had no friends. But once they start to hang out and go on so many adventures together, their relationship goes from being acquaintances, to friends, to best friends, and finally, something more. I also did like the development between these two throughout the course of the show. Steven becomes more of a leader, more selfless, becomes a good peacemaker, and is the one that ended the Gem War. And Connie becomes more confident, expressive, determined to fight for her planet, learns to be a great sword fighter, and also becomes another key member of the Crystal Gems. Now, for the first 5 seasons, I did like the idea of them being together, but I also didn't mind them just being best friends. I figured that was just what the show wanted to do. But then came the movie, and the moment where Connie kissed Steven's cheek. That was the moment where I was like, yeah, these two have got to be a thing now. And thankfully, they did become a thing, and I'm really glad it worked out. And it was nice that they finally did get their first lip kiss in the end. I also liked how it wasn't this big, gigantic, and dramatic moment either. They just simply gave each other a very casual kiss, and I found that to be just as sweet. The cute and memorable moments between these two are too many to count. Their first adventure together, the Dogcopter episode, Steven healing Connie's eyes, the moments where they fuse and become Stevani, the moments where they are a formidable duo in battle, the extra moments where they fanboy/fangirled about their favorite books/movies, the countless hugs they given each other, that kiss in the movie, and the dramatic/romantic moments they shared in Steven Universe Future. Those moments either had me smiling for joy or greatly concerned for them, especially when Steven had his meltdown and became corrupted. But despite all the obstacles these two have faced, they've always stayed right by each other's side. I also love the moment at the end where Connie becomes a leader and helps the Gems see that after all the time Steven put his feelings aside and helped them, it's now their turn to help him. And when all the characters hugged him, showing him how much he is loved, Connie is the last one to tell him how much they love and care about him. I thought that was a very powerful moment. But I think the one thing that makes me love this ship and that moment so much is just seeing how far these two have come together. Steven was Connie's first real friend, and Connie was Steven's first real human friend. Now look, I definitely love Steven's relationship with his dad and the Gems, and I also do like some of the other ships too. They are really sweet, but I think Steven and Connie's relationship is not only sweeter, but very important to the show. I really am proud to see just how far they've come from the start, and I'm happy that so many people in the fandom feel the same way. What else can I say but, I love them. I liked the ship then, I love it now, and I'll probably continue to love it in the future.
Wherever we go, I already trust. I know what to do if it were us. I know what to say, I know how to be. I know your entire syllabus. I can't think of any other thing in the world I would rather do.
If I could be, I'd rather be me with you.
Number 2. Robin and Starfire from Teen Titans. This was the second ship I ever made in my life, and the first superhero ship too. And honestly, can you blame me? I love this couple, and so many people do too, so I'll try my best not to drag this on. Basically, one is a superhero who was Batman's sidekick before leaving to become the leader of the Teen Titans, and the other is an alien female from another planet that becomes one of the key members of the team. And from the very start, them being together was practically destiny. Again, like with Stevani, the cute and memorable moments between these two are endless. Their first time meeting, the many times they save each other's skin, the jealous and romantic moments they have together, and of course, the relationship finally becoming official in the TV movie. When watching it, I was really pulling for them to finally tie the knot, and they finally did with the iconic ring kiss at the end. That moment has now gone down as one of the most memorable kisses in all of media. It's right up there with other ring kisses like the one in Spider-Man and the one in The Notebook. And I'm sure that after a lot of people watched it, they wanted to do the exact same thing. But it isn't just the Teen Titans show where they have a relationship. There's also the comics, the other Teen Titans TV movies, and even Teen Titans Go. Although that was done a little differently. In Teen Titans, Starfire had the bigger crush on Robin, and in Teen Titans Go, it's reversed. But whichever iteration you like more, we cannot deny that these two were made for each other. And personally, I think it's better than the Robin/Batgirl ship. There may be other superhero ships out there that I really like, but again, the very first superhero ship I ever had was Robin and Starfire. It's funny, cute, sweet, and awesome. It's so good that, you know what, I should probably stop talking and let you all enjoy it just as much as I do.
Well, it's about time.
So yeah, all those ships were great and all, but which one is my personal favorite? Well, let's have a look. And my number 1 favorite cartoon ship is Katang, Aang and Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, what else can I say about this couple that nobody else has said? This pair, in my opinion, is one of the best couples in animation history, and it was my very first ship. One is the Avatar and the last airbender on the planet, and the other is the last waterbender of the Southern Water Tribe. And from the very first episode to the very end, it was clear that these two were perfect for each other. Going from friends to best friends, and finally, something more. No matter how many obstacles they faced, and no matter how many villains they had to be, they always stuck by each other through thick and thin. Were there some awkward moments between them? Yeah, but that's pretty normal in relationships, and there are many people that fail to see that. And even if they do get into some little arguments, they are always able to patch things up and stay close. There may be other ships that I do support like Sokka and Suki, but this will always be my favorite. And honestly, not only was this where my first ever ship came from, but this was the cartoon that made me realize that cartoons can be more than just kid stuff and distractions. It can be amazing, it can be inspiring, it can be thought-provoking, and most of all, it can be art. I've had many different shows and people influence me into becoming the person I am today, but the very first one was really Avatar, and this was the first ship I fell in love with, and I'm still in love with it. Now, I understand if some don't think it's the best ship. That's totally fine. And I know there are some people that like the Zutara ship, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of that one. I prefer having Zuko and Katara as friends rather than a couple. And hell, even if they did get together, I don't think it would have lasted too long. Plus, Zuko ended up with Mei at the end, and even though they broke up in the comics, Aang and Katara were already a couple now, so I'm sorry, but I can't really support Zutara. Sorry. But regardless, I love Katang. It's natural, heartwarming, sweet, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. It's a ship that I loved from the start, and still love now. And that is why I say that Katang is my favorite cartoon ship ever. So there you go, guys, that is my top 5 list. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, my name is Sam. Mwah. Good night, everybody, and I hope you guys enjoy your Valentine's Day.